Hey guys, Original Boris here, back again for another movie review. Movie I'm going to review today is called Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. This is a movie that I've heard a lot of hype. There was a lot of hype behind it. Heard a lot of good things about it. When it first came out to the movie theater, I wasn't really too excited to watch it. A lot of people were excited about it. I wasn't. Then I started hearing all these really good things about it, how good it was, this and that. I remember watching Abraham Lincoln vs. Zombies. For a low budget movie, I thought that one was alright. But I wasn't, at the same time, I wasn't too excited about Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Then, like I said, I started hearing all these really good things about it. People that I know bought it right when it came out, went and bought the Blu-ray, went and bought the DVD. So finally watched it. And I have to say, the movie was pretty good. Not as good as I had thought it would be, but it was still a pretty good movie, pretty entertaining to watch. Movie starts off with Abraham Lincoln as a little kid. Kind of shows his parents going through a hard time, and his father loses his job because of some conflict. Somebody hurts one of Abraham Lincoln's childhood friends. Abraham Lincoln gets mad, decides to fight back, and then his father stands up to him, loses his job, and kind of starts off there. One day, Abraham Lincoln, as a child, he wakes up late at night, and he sees his mom really sick, and then he notices that there's somebody else in the room with her, sees who it is, and then he realizes that it's a vampire, and that vampires are real. As he grows older, he wants revenge. His dad ends up dying 9 years later after his mom dies, so he lost both his parents. And it kind of follows Abraham Lincoln as a little kid, and then it follows him into his kind of like teenage years, early 20 years, where he wants to gain that revenge, and then he starts to realize that vampires are real, and that they are really in the United States, and they're trying to pretty much take over and take over the country. And he meets another guy that teaches him the skills to be a vampire hunter and to start fighting back and start killing them off. And as he starts teaching him the skills, training him, then he sends him off to a town, and he says, as time goes by, I will send you a list of vampires to kill. And then that's when he starts receiving lists. Time goes by, he starts receiving names, and vampires are everywhere. It's the pharmacist, a teacher, just a cop. The people that you would least expect would be vampires. Vampires are everywhere. They're amongst us in the movie. And Abraham Lincoln he's young, and he's trying to fight them off and end them all. But at the same time, he still has that revenge in his mind. He wants to get that revenge for his mom's death. And like I said, it just follows Abraham Lincoln from his from a little kid into his teenage years, early 20s, when he starts learning how to fight vampires, and eventually he works his way up till he becomes the president of the United States. And still, there's vampires out there that are trying to take control of the United States. And now he's got power as the president, and they're still trying to take over. And the interesting thing about this is the vampires. It's during the age of the Civil War, and the vampires actually make a pact with the Confederates that they're going to help them fight the North in the war. So the vampires are killing off everybody in the North, and eventually you will see what happens. I don't want to give away too much of the movie. Other than that, the vampires do eventually join the South against the North in the Civil War. But the movie, like I said, I already gave away some spoilers, and I don't want to give away too much. But the movie was pretty entertaining. The vampires were pretty creepy. There were a couple times that they kind of made me jump because I wasn't expecting it. But it was pretty well made. The guy that played Abraham Lincoln was pretty good, and I'm also glad that they followed him as a little kid into his teenage years, and then finally they didn't spend too much of the movie with him as the president. Most of it was spent during his teenage years, early 20s. I'm guessing how old he was. Most of it was spent during that time. When he became president, that was more towards the end of the movie. So it mostly focused on him as a youngster, which I thought was pretty good. So you see him without his beard, without the Abraham Lincoln look that we all know. But thought it was pretty good. Not as good as I thought it would be, but still at the same time, pretty good, pretty entertaining. And I do recommend that you check it out. It got very good reviews. I heard nothing but good things about it, so it was worth my watch. But because I heard so much hype behind it, I think I was expecting just a little bit more, but it was still pretty good. So I do recommend it. I had a fun time watching it, and probably watch it again. I'll pick it up maybe. So that's it. Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, pretty good movie. And also check out Abraham Lincoln versus Zombies. It's a low budget, but you know what? A lot of people didn't like that one. I thought it wasn't too bad, so I kind of enjoyed it. So Abraham Lincoln versus Zombies, check it out. This one was Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, pretty good. Check that one out as well. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Bye.